Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 27 of Power Up, your favorite superhero podcast. My name is Marchese, otherwise known as the Beast NJ, and with me, as always, is my faithful sidekick and co-host, Gregory Virga.
I'm not gonna say hi to you all, but I will say hi, everybody.
You can catch this show on youtube.com/The Level Up Show, level spelled LVL, every Saturday at 10 a.m., or become a patron. Support us on patreon.com/The Level Up Network for just $1 or more, and you can get exclusive early access to this show.
Done. Why wouldn't you do that?
Just $1, you know? It's not a big deal.
I'm sorry, who doesn't
You
want
probably
that?
look in your couch cushion and find 4 quarters. And just...
Honestly, I find probably $3,000 in my couch.
There you go, $3,000. This guy's got $3,000 in his couch.
Done.
Damn. High roller. So, how have you been?
I'm dying.
Yeah, I've been really sick lately as well.
I'm physically dying.
Yeah.
You can hear it. I sound like Cher. Like, what?
Yeah.
I've been working. This is the most I've ever worked in my entire life.
This
ever.
past week or just
No, just
lately?
like the past 2 months.
Yeah.
Like, I've never worked this much.
Yeah, I've been working a lot.
A lot of my employees got sick and then decided not to come back. We caught one of my employees like stealing from the restaurant.
Really?
Like it was crazy. So just all the drama and shit that's been going on at work, I had to step up and like cover people's shifts.
Right.
Now I like ended up with a shift that I usually never work, which is Wednesdays.
Right.
So I've been working every Wednesday now. So that's usually one of my days off. So now I've gone from 2 days off each week to 1. And then this week, in the past 2 weeks, my 1 day off has been like, I usually never work at all. And now I've been working like 1 shift. So I'll either work in the morning or at night on my day off.
Gotcha.
I've just been sick and dying, and then my friend's 21st happened this week, and that wasn't a good time. I mean, it was fun. I had fun, don't get me wrong, but
Yeah, it just went a little overboard.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know me, I always do.
I feel you.
How about you, sir?
I've been pretty sick myself. I have I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna go head over to the urgent care today. If urgent care can't help me, I'm gonna have to go and see my real doctor. I'm trying to avoid that because he's like an hour and a half away. He's closer.
That far?
Yeah, he's in North Jersey in Freehold.
Is this like your childhood doctor?
No, it's actually I met this guy through my stepmom. She like swore by him, and then when I got diagnosed with my anxiety, I have an anxiety depression disorder. Not to get too glum, it's not a big deal. I have no problem talking about it.
He's so beautiful.
Thank you. But when I got diagnosed with that, I went and saw this guy, and it was like a time when like no doctors like I was seeing could really, I felt like were helping me at all.
Yeah.
And then I met this guy, and like I loved him. He's such a classically like great doctor.
That's
so
awesome.
I make the drive to see him when I have to, but I'm trying to just get it taken care of here if I can.
Yeah.
So that's been my life.
Even no matter how good you are, an hour and a half's a long time.
It's a long drive, yeah.
It's a long drive.
So I'm just been under the weather a bunch lately, man. But you know, I'm trucking. I still got school and work, and I'm making it happen here. So
God
it's
bless.
life.
I keep forgetting that like we do so much.
Yeah, there's a lot going on at any given
you just
time.
said school and work, and I'm like, shit.
Yeah.
I have to go to work, and I have schoolwork.
Yeah, it's intense. There's a lot going on, no doubt about it.
Guys, if we die during this episode, just remember us as we were like the first episode. You know.
Yeah.
That's how I want to go down.
Oh, I think for both of our sakes, we'll make this one a little bit of a shorter one. I am going to skip through TV talk, except I do want to briefly talk about The Flash, if we could do that.
Yes. Okay, done.
So, I mainly just want to talk about one thing in The Flash. Now, spoilers for The Flash. We're going to get into it.
Yeah.
Did you watch the episode?
I watched everything this week. Except for, noticeably, I don't know why, but Supergirl didn't have an episode this week, and I was very hurt by that.
Okay.
I don't know if they said that, and I just didn't hear, but that was
weird.
sad.
Oh, well, first of all,
yeah.
Before we get into The Flash, what'd you think of Deadpool? You saw Deadpool.
Oh, Deadpool was so good.
Liked it.
I was really tired when I saw it, and I probably would have laughed more if I wasn't as like sick and tired as I've been, but I still cackled a bunch. Ryan Reynolds was awesome.
Yeah, he killed it, man.
Literally, really loved Morena Baccarin, the love interest.
Wasn't she funny?
She was so good.
Yeah, she was really funny in that. I liked her a lot.
Total opposite of how I see her in Gotham as Leslie Tompkins, Jim Gordon's future wife. I don't know what the fuck I haven't watched that show in so long.
I don't know what's going on with that.
So like she could be dead on that show. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really good, man. Like, loved all the one-liners. Hugh Jackman is referenced in it every 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Like, it's just so good. It's
Yeah, I'm
so.
glad you liked it.
I love the one-line spoilers, minor spoilers. If you haven't seen any of the trailers, Colossus and Negasonic Teenage Warhead are the two X-Men that he pairs up with.
Right.
And he goes to the mansion and he goes, they open the door and he goes, "How come I only ever see you two here? Like, could we just not afford more X-Men in the
Yeah.
budget? Like, there's only you two ever walking around this whole mansion." It's my favorite part.
Yeah.
I was dying at that.
Yeah, they're so self-deprecating with that, and they're like,
so
we
good.
can't do that. The studio doesn't have enough money for that.
I'm
Like, it's so
oh,
good.
Oh, I loved it.
How about the credits, dude? Were the opening credits not your favorite thing
Oh
ever?
my god, the best part of the whole.
I kept waiting for the other shoe to drop,
I know.
and I was like, they're gonna show the names at the end, and
Yeah.
they just don't. They just
Never
go
do.
balls in, and they're
Yeah.
like, no, we're just not gonna name who made this film.
Some
That's amazing.
dickhead is the director.
Yeah.
Like, some douchebag is the guy who produced it. Like, it's just so good.
Yeah, it was awesome. I'm glad you liked it.
Totally worth it. And I see my movies on Tuesdays, and it's like $5 for me to go see a movie. So like, eons above that. If you have to pay $13 to see this movie, go fucking see it. It's so worth it.
Yeah. Well, not to jump into the news, but we might as well talk about it real quick before we start talking about the Flash. But yeah, the movie has surpassed 492 million globally.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's really
it was
insane.
projected to get 55 million.
Yeah,
Like
it's insane.
total for like its whole.
They've got to be like
movie
just
run.
so thrilled. Like,
Oh
how
my
could you?
God.
How could you not? It's I don't understand it myself. I'm a
This is word
huge
of mouth
advocate of
too.
these things, as we all know, and like, I have blown away, dude. I can't believe it's made that much.
It's number 2 again at the box office this past weekend, or number 1 again at the box office this past weekend. If
Yeah.
nothing could take it down.
It's unreal.
It's just crazy. It's definitely word of mouth too. It has to be part of the case. Like, there were some of my
Probably.
customers at work, and they're like, "Oh, like what?" They know I go to the movies, and they're like, "Oh, what movies have you seen recently?" And I'm like, "Oh, I just saw Deadpool," and they're like, "Oh my god!" Like 80-year-old couples.
Uh-huh.
They're like, "Oh my god, that looks so good. Was it hysterical?" I'm like, "You know who Deadpool is? Like, that's crazy." It's
Yeah, and then also Blu-ray and DVD pre-orders have already begun.
Oh my god.
It's a juggernaut. It's the little engine that fucking could and did and would, dude.
yes,
it's
and it's still
Just
doing.
annihilating. I really am so happy for them.
Congrats
it's
to
awesome.
them.
So let's get into our Flash discussion here now.
And wait, pause. Notice
Yeah.
Dean's beautiful Deadpool shirt. I just want to say.
Oh, thank
It's
you.
really
I
good.
got a whole bunch of, dude. I got it all. It's all still over my desk because I did an unboxing video on my separate YouTube channel. But I have all this. Oh, that was my cereal bowl.
I heard a spoon.
It was. I got this cool little plushie, little variant
Oh.
of Deadpool plushie. I got this cool shirt.
Ooh, I kind of like the black and red. That looks nice.
Yeah, I
with
like the black and red as
reverse.
well.
That's reverse.
Got this cool little patch.
Ooh,
You get a
I
little.
like patches. Dean,
Dude.
question to you. I have a bunch of patches. What do you put
I
patches?
don't know. I've got several of my own.
He left-
I have more. I have 3 more from the other boxes. I don't know what to do with them yet, but I like them a lot.
Oh my god, they're so beautiful.
Yeah, they're
And
nice.
patches are like nice quality material too.
Yeah.
I just don't know. Like, am I supposed to like put them on my wall? Like,
You can put them on your, like, if you have like a laptop bag or something. I've been thinking about doing that.
That's true.
You know, or on my
But
backpack.
what, like a clothespin?
You can iron them on, or you can stitch them on. You know the material. See the material on the back
Yeah.
that's like all kind of like shiny there.
Yeah.
If you iron it, it like melts that in, and then it's like you iron it on that way.
Shut the fuck
Or
up.
if you know a good sewer, they can stitch it on for you.
We have a seamstress in my local village.
There you go.
Where do I live? 1842.
Yeah, I got what else? I got other stuff laying around. I got comic. Got this cool Deadpool comic.
Nice.
Got a little pin.
I love pins. Pins,
And
see,
then-
pins I use because all you have to do is clip them.
Yeah, I put them on my
That's easy.
backpack.
Me
and then This is
too.
my personal favorite item here.
Ah, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, is it on like a little stand?
Yeah, it's on like one of the stands, like the Superman, Batman v Superman one, where he's like flying.
I love that.
Yeah, they did that kind of thing here. By the way, I know viewers, my video still it keeps freezing. I looked into it. It's some kind of problem with Logitech cameras and XSplit, which is the program we use to record the show. So I don't know if I can ever fix it. I'm gonna keep looking into it, but
Basically, life hates us at the moment.
yeah, it's just I don't know how to get it straightened out. Honestly, aside of using different software, but I'll keep looking into it. But just before, I know there was a couple comments that's like videos freezing, but I know I just unfortunately can't do much about it right now. So let's talk about the Flash
All right, that's originally what we started off.
real quickly. I want to talk about the Flash. So big spoilers for the Flash. Barry gets out of the prison that he was captive in by Zoom.
Yes.
There's a man.
Very too corny even for the Flash way.
Well, you know what? It's funny because Eric asked, he was like, why doesn't he just phase out?
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't think he knows how. And he was like, he phased before. And I was like, he phased before once, and he had to like get a lot of speed.
Yeah.
To do it. He got a running start and then he phased. I don't think he can phase like just standing still. Like I don't think he knows how. And then of course shortly after, Zoom phased through to like threaten Barry, and then Zoom leaves, and then Barry's like, oh, I think I just figured out how to get out. Yeah. So he just phases through. But that's fine.
But like
I mean,
in the talk where like Barry's like, just think you can do it, and then you can do it.
Oh yeah,
I'm like,
Earth 2 Barry.
I'm like, get over yourself.
Yeah.
That made me sick. And the Flash never does that to me. And when they had that moment, I'm like, what is this, the Arrow?
Right.
I was over it. Love the mug. BT dubs.
Thank you. Yeah, that was whatever. But the big thing that a lot of people are talking about, I want to see what you maybe think about this. I have a pretty affirmed theory of my own, but
okay.
So there is a man in the cell across from Barry's, which we've seen in part 1 of this 2-part Visit to Earth 2 Flash episode. Yes. He's got a helmet on his face. It's almost like a cage. Can't see his face. Yeah. Now, I was wondering, why can't you see this guy's face? Mm-hmm. He's constantly knocking on the window.
In like a odd fashion. What do they call it? It's not Morse code.
It's not Morse code. It's like a POW. It's like prisoner of war is kind of the way they communicate. So he's knocking on the window. They finally decipher. They're like, oh, he's trying to talk to us through like this POW code. Yeah. So they break it down. He's spelling J. Yeah. And then Barry's like, Jay, you know Jay. Jay's fine. He's with us. He's alive. Yeah. And then the guy freaks out and starts like banging on the glass. Yeah. Meltdown. So that was super ominous. And Barry's like, I don't know what you're trying to. I'm sorry. I don't know what you're saying. Jay's fine though.
I'm so intrigued to hear your theory on this.
And then he leaves. So. Therein lies.
Yeah, they have to leave him behind. He's still in the prison.
He does. I did like that. I like how Barry. I believed him, dude, when he was acting that scene out, and he was like, "I'm coming back for you." Yeah. He was like, awesome, he was like, "We have to leave." He was like, "I'm coming back to get you out of here." And then the dude is just like, he just puts his fist on the glass and just like nods at Barry, and I was like, that was fucking a great scene between a dude who you can't even see his face.
Yeah.
I was like, that was excellent.
Totally. Who do you think it is?
I think it is
Jay Garrick.
I think he answered your question in spelling it out. I think that's Jay.
I think that's Jay, and I don't know who the fuck is on Earth 1. But I'm pretty sure that it's Zoom.
There's a popular theory that a man named Hunter Zolomon, is Jay Garrick's lookalike. Now it gets complicated. I can't begin to get into the minutia of it all. Yeah. But yeah, this guy Hunter Zolomon apparently is a Jay Garrick lookalike. So I think it's either Jay is the Zoom, like the real Jay is Zoom, and the lookalike is the one he's got held captive in the cage.
Okay.
I think there's a chance maybe the real Jay is Zoom, and then of course I do think it could be the real Jay is locked up in the cage with the helmet on, because obviously there's a couple of things not adding up. Like, why can't we see his face, the prisoner? He's the only prisoner in there who can't see his face, obviously, because Zoom is trying to hide what he looks like, because he looks just like him.
Yeah. And it hides his voice, too.
Right.
Everyone else can yell through their cages. He's the only one that can't speak either.
Right. He made some kind of noise, but it's very distorted.
It's like a grunt, and it's like muffled.
And then another really great point is, I think Mike actually brought this up, is when they're on Earth 1, and I forget the villain's name. I keep wanting to say Magnitude. Geo something.
Oh, yeah.
Geomaster? I don't know.
One that can like cause earthquakes?
Yeah, the most recent one. When he shows up, and everyone's kind of like, he shows up in Star Labs, and everyone's like, what do we do, blah, 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 and then they get him out of there, and then conveniently, Jay shows up, and he was like, sorry, I couldn't get here faster. I was napping.
Yeah.
And it was like almost so obvious that like he was like way late for some reason. Happens to correlate with the same amount of time that Zoom went to Earth 2 and checked up on Barry in the cage. Yeah. And I was like, well, that's pretty fucked up. So yeah, everyone's thinking
When also
it's one of those two things.
When Caitlyn is looking for his Earth 2 doppelganger
Mm-hmm.
and they go to Earth 2 together, or they're looking on Earth 1 because he's from Earth 2, excuse me.
Right.
And Caitlyn and him go and he goes, "Oh, I've already looked him up." And he brings her to the park
Mm-hmm.
and he says his name isn't Jay though.
Right.
And says like this whole spiel about, "Oh, like I looked for it. Like, why? How is that possible? You have the only doppelganger that doesn't have the same name. That doesn't make any sense." So something's not adding up. There's 4 people that all look like Jay Garrick, but you're not all named Jay Garrick. That's definitely Jay in the cage. It has to be.
Yeah,
And
that's
I
the
don't
thing,
know who
right?
maybe Zoom has a power that Barry doesn't know about yet, where he could phase his molecules to look like somebody
Yeah,
else. Like I don't know.
That's the thing, right? There's potentially 4 of them because it's a regular doppelganger. Like Jay happens to have a guy who looks like him.
Yeah.
And
Like
then
a
in
doppelganger
addition to
just in
that,
light.
and then in addition to that, there's Earth 2, and then that Earth 2 version of it has that doppelganger. So like, I don't fucking know what's going on, honestly, dude. But like, I'm very interested.
I will say that much.
I kind of do.
Is evil. I feel like that'll throw a lot off for me.
I could see why.
They could do whatever with the doppelganger and blah blah blah, but like the Jay Garrick, that name is so solicited with the silver helmet.
Right.
He's that Flash.
The Silver Age Flash. I think that's Silver Age, or is it Golden Age Flash?
I think it's Golden Age.
Could be. You might be right about that.
And he also has the whole storyline with Joan, which is just weird because they're making him fall in love with Caitlyn.
It is Golden Age Flash. You're right.
It is, right? And it's fucked. I always remember that only because he wears a silver helmet, but I always knew that's not what he's called.
Yeah, that is stupid.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Well, yeah. But, so what people are thinking, Hunter Zolomon might be our guy.
Yeah,
Hunter Zolomon might be
if that's
Zoom,
the regular doppelganger that also
Jay
looks
is trapped
exactly
in the
like
cage,
Jay. Yeah.
which also is. I saw another theory to wrap this up here. The velocity formula is essentially a drug. And so someone said maybe Jay was driven insane from excessive drug use, leading him to become Zoom, constantly craving being the fastest man alive. And I was like, holy shit, that's actually really cool too. I'm down with whatever they do. Anything out of this little thread.
Yeah.
First of all, just to get me to care this much about this is like insane because I don't normally talk about TV this way. Like whatever. I'm like, oh, I'll see what happens next week. But like, I've been fucking really thinking about this. Yeah. Like, I'm so excited. I love the show.
Because I didn't expect that at all. Nobody did. Like,
No.
I knew Barry was going to the prison, and then when you talk to Jesse, which, by the way, is she ever getting her speed? Like, we don't know.
No idea.
What is that gonna happen? But I'm just so happy. Like, that was the one cool thread of Earth 2, and it made me sad because the first episode where they went to Earth 2, they used all their comedic parts.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it balanced itself out. Like, it was such a good episode. Probably my favorite episode of the Flash this season. And then to take that and do the second part of it, and it was like nowhere near as good, and the only good part of it was this mystery guy,
right?
And especially when he has that meltdown moment. Like, I had a meltdown. I'm like, who the fuck are you? Like, what's happening?
Yeah, I know. It was I love it's such a good show.
And to know that Killer Frost is that strong in order to hold Zoom that much, like, she could be a key part in taking him down in the end.
Yeah, I was a big proprietor of I hope not. I really thought for a long time, I was like, it's probably still something to do with Wells or Eobard Thawne, but like, I think that's off the table at this point. I think it's definitely either Jay or Hunter Zolomon. It's something to do with all that. And then you think back and like, yeah, like you said, when he showed Caitlyn his doppelganger on Earth, all this stuff with the velocity formula, like it's not for no reason, you know?
And she goes, why can't I use his blood cells? And he's like, oh, well, he's me, but he's not me. He has a different name and different cells. I'm like, why would he have different cells? That doesn't make sense.
Very cool though. I'm super interested. I cannot wait. I have a bet with Eric. Eric thinks we're not going to find out who Zoom is by the end of the season. I said, I guarantee you we find out who Zoom is before the season ends. He owes me a dinner. The Flash is really
good about that.
If I'm right.
The Flash is so good at... That's why if it is Eobard Thawne or Harrison Wells, I will lose a little bit of respect for the show.
Yeah, I really hope not.
That plotline can't be dragged out anymore.
They could bring that back, maybe bring one of those guys back later, but we already saw Thawne. Like, we already saw Reverse Flash, you know, like...
And you had that
origin. Let it rest. Yeah. Yeah, we don't...
If they brought it back in, like, Season 3, that'd be a totally different story.
Right.
But, like, finish out this villain and this storyline, make it something cool, make it something fun.
Yeah.
Earth 2 as a whole, though, I think totally underused as a plot concept.
Mm-hmm. I like it, though. It's cool.
I like it. It's cool, but I hope they revisit it at some point.
I agree. And now with that behind us, let's jump into the news. We have... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I think 9 stories. Yeah, I have 9 stories. They're all pretty quick though, so
quarter of a dozen.
And they're mostly for whatever reason Marvel news, there wasn't a lot going on in DC, which is crazy
Yeah.
because the last 3 shows, I feel like we talked about Batman v Superman nonstop. There's just constant news, and now it's kind of reaching a hush level until.
And Supergirl just didn't go on television this week.
Yeah, that was weird.
I googled it and I didn't have any answers. I was just so scared. And
I think it's a good thing that there's no like Batman v Superman news. They're kind of it comes out next month.
They said that was the final trailer.
Yeah,
the last one that we talked about last week. So I'm happy about that. Like, let it rest until then.
Yeah, it comes out March 18th or something.
There's an 8 on the day. I don't want to say it's the 18th. It's like the 28th or the 18th or the 8th. I don't think it's the 8th though. I think that it's too soon.
March 25th.
Does that
so
sound right?
says Google. It sounds believable. I believe them. Yes, because Google knows everything.
And it's a Friday, so yes, that makes sense.
So yeah, I think it's a good idea now. Give it a month to just breathe, and then.
And there's still commercials happening all the time.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They've edited that one trailer like 37 times.
Yeah. Well, let's talk now that we're talking about it anyway. Why don't we talk about the little bit of DC news I do have? So there was a clip released actually from Batman v Superman online featuring some Batmobile stuff.
Done.
Did you see this?
I saw a little bit of it. I didn't watch the video, but like I read
super
about it.
short. It's like literally, I think 10 seconds maybe.
Yeah.
It's just a cool little, just showing off what the Batmobile can do. Shows how fast it is. I'm looking at it now here. The Batmobile looks awesome. This might be my favorite Batmobile we've seen in film so far.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's a little mix of all the old ones.
Right.
To be honest with
It
you,
is.
you have the rocket booster in the back. You have the little bit of the tumbler tank options there.
Mm-hmm.
You have the grapple hook. It looks like in the front, although they haven't shown that yet.
Yeah.
From the Tim Burton films. And then the design itself is just really cool.
Mm-hmm. I'm a big fan of the Batmobile.
Yeah, it looks plated, but it has those like hollow lights from the inside that like stream out, and it's like they almost look like
kind of
gills
like
on the side.
the Batman Forever, the Val Kilmer Batmobile, the blue lights
that's
underneath.
exactly what I think.
Yeah, they definitely took some influence from all the different ones. It seems like for sure.
And that's smart to do it that
I
way.
think it's very smart. I agree.
Yeah.
Next up, we have a preview of Old Man Oliver from Legends of Tomorrow.
Which, by the way, not to go back to, did you watch Arrow?
I didn't watch the most recent one. No.
Okay, because some crazy shit happened at the end.
Really, I will watch it today.
Arrow and crazy shit happened at the end of Legends of Tomorrow, which connected to Arrow.
Do you work today?
What happened?
Do you work today?
Later tonight, I do.
I'll watch it today. I'll text you.
Okay, and if I'm free, we're doing a reaction to it because it was.
I would like to check it out then. Yeah,
was
I'm gonna check it out. Legends, I'm trying to.
Legends was my favorite show this week.
Legends, I've been letting stack, so I have like.
You're in for the best.
A bunch, you know what I mean? Because like I kind of like doing that on weekends when I'm off work. I can come home and just watch like 5 episodes.
You're not going to be able to stack them any longer. They
really?
just told you that Legends is like at the end of this past Legends episode, it's directly connected to Arrow. Like directly.
Damn. All right.
Like if you don't watch Arrow, like I don't know what the people do now. If
well,
they
I can still stack Supergirl, I guess.
Yeah,
that's something.
True. Oh, I can't wait for you to just have a Supergirl marathon one day and literally come on here wearing a bra and just be like, guys, I'm ready.
Daredevil's gonna get marathoned. I went so viciously hard at Daredevil season 1. I watched that in like a night.
Yeah, I have to do that with Daredevil this season. John Bernthal, Punisher, stop. Elektra, stop.
I know. Well, let's talk about our Green Arrow here for a moment. We did get a preview of Old Man Oliver. He'll be making an appearance on, I think, this week's Legends of Tomorrow. I believe.
After watching both the episodes, I don't know if it's this week.
It says, the article here says, Stephen Amell's Old Man Oliver will make a guest appearance on next week's DC's Legends of Tomorrow, but I think this is from February 18th, which would imply that it's this week's, right?
A minor spoiler for you: they get out of the time period in Legends of Tomorrow where they're dealing with. Have you seen any of the?
I'm
the Firestorm stuff.
3 behind on Legends.
Oh, so you haven't even gotten to the Firestorm stuff when they go to Russia?
No, none of that.
Yeah, so you have Russia to watch, and then after the 2-episode Russia arc, they go to Starling City, but in 2036. So now they're in the future.
Okay.
This is the first time the show's gone into the future besides when you see Rip Hunter talk to the Time Masters.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't know what to expect, and at the end of the episode, you see Sarah, and she's walking the city, and she's like, "Oh, this is Starling. Like, guys, we're back home. We're done. We did our mission. Like, it's all good." And then what they fucking show you is crazy. Like,
really? All right. So I guess I'll catch up on that too then.
My jaw dropped. I was done. I'm like, this is insane.
I've got some time today. I wrote one of my. I have 2 papers due this week, and I wrote one yesterday that was like pretty long. So maybe I'll take the day and treat myself and catch up on all these.
You got
shows.
a treat yourself.
But that's really cool. So I think it's this week. Then we're getting Old Man Oliver, and I do have a couple images to share with you guys. We have the first one of him right there.
He looks awesome.
He looks
only
great.
The other arm is robotic, just so everybody knows.
Right. Yeah. The thing is, in the comics, I think he has not a hook. That's Aquaman, right?
Aquaman has the hook. He has like a nub, but it can like interchange with stuff.
Yeah. So
And it's almost like if anybody's seen Young Justice season 2, Arsenal loses his arm in a very similar fashion to Old Man.
by the way,
Oliver.
I've officially decided to watch Young Justice.
Oh, it's Dean, you just made me the happiest boy on Long Island.
I'm gonna do it.
It's so good. And Arsenal in season 2, Lex Luthor.
Spoilers, bro.
Oh yeah, I can't really ruin the show for you. But anyway, he has like a gadget where his arm transforms into different things. It's like a mini transformer on his arm, but it turns into like a laser pointer. It turns into like a crossbow arm. Like I think that's what they're going for with this.
That's awesome. I hope we see some of that. But here he is. He looks good. He looks. It's hard to see from the image. Maybe in the show, when they get closer on his face, they'll aged him a little bit. But it kind of just looks like Stephen Amell with a gray beard.
Yeah,
really. But he looks good still.
It looks like they took that blonde wig from the flashbacks in seasons 1 through 4, that good season. And they put it on his mouth.
Yeah,
but
I do like that they were real traditional in the way. Like this beard looks like it's straight out of the Green Arrow comics.
Yeah, and the suit's different too,
the suit is different. I like to think that he is just still at it when he's that old, like just going at it. All of his friends are like, "Yo, we're old. I don't want to do this anymore." And he's like,
"You didn't watch.
You have failed this city.
You didn't
keep going."
He's like in a wheelchair. The last episode kind of shows you how he could become that. Because of the special character moment that happens. Oh Dean,
boy,
like, you're like, I'm jealous that you get to watch all this.
Yeah, the only one I make sure I make a fucking point to catch when it airs. I watch that live as it happens because I love the fucking Flash.
It just doesn't always happen to where the Flash is the worst out of all of them. Like this was a very weak. Like this doesn't happen all the time. So I would agree with that.
I'm definitely gonna watch. I'm gonna catch up. I'm gonna try and catch up on all these today.
Yeah.
And then real quick, I do have another picture of him. You can kind of see Connor Hawk there.
Yeah.
So that's cool. That's his son. First look at his son, Connor Hawk. I'm wondering if maybe we'll get another legend added to the fold.
Possibly that could happen.
You know, why not?
It's surprising to see Firestorm in that shot, but
really,
yes,
interesting, Greg.
And that's there's no heat wave there either.
What, do you want me to go back?
There's no heat.
No, there's no heat wave. Is Captain Cold there?
Captain Cold's behind the Atom.
See the black jacket? I got you.
He's the black jacket.
Interesting.
It's surprising to see Firestorm there and not heat wave, but that's a story for another day.
Oh my! I'm very excited.
You
very
should be.
Check
I hope I don't hype it
up
for you because it was like my favorite episode of the show so far.
I'm easy to hype up, but like I'm also very hard to disappoint.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean, I'm not one of those people who are like, oh, this is what I thought. Like when it comes to superheroes, I'm like, fuck yeah, that was great. I don't give a fuck.
That's how I fall too.
So that's all. That's literally all the DC news I have this week. I think.
Okay with that.
And then just a segue between DC and Marvel, we have a random one here. A live-action Astro Boy is heading to New Line Cinemas.
I heard about this.
The writers are from San Andreas. Yeah.
What do you make of that? I don't know how to feel about it. The only knowledge I have of Astro Boy was an old cartoon that they used to air on before the CW was the CW. It was called the WB. It was a Saturday morning cartoon that aired before Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon. So obviously I had to stay on and watch those. Am I right?
Right.
And Astro Boy came on originally before them.
They did.
It was okay. I don't know what his whole storyline is. I don't know his whole dilemma, but
yeah. Didn't they do like a Pixar style one of these? Did that happen? Did I make that up?
If it was a thing, it was definitely like a
DreamWorks.
Like maybe like a straight to DVD movie because it was definitely never in the theater.
Yeah, Astro Boy 2009. Let's see.
Did you find it?
I did.
Oh my god.
Nah, I think this was in the theaters, dude. Charlize Theron.
What?
Nick Cage.
What?
Bill Nye.
The Science Game.
Alan Tudyk, David Allen Greer. Yeah, this is a theatrical release, I believe.
That makes me sick.
Only 6.4 out of 10. Yeah.
Who played Astro Boy?
I thought I remembered seeing this. Freddie Highmore. Ever heard of him?
Yeah, he's from Bates Motel.
Huh? He is also. Oh, he played fucking.
And Charlie.
Yeah, Charlie in the Charlie Talking Factory and August Rush.
Wow.
Rest in peace, Robin Williams.
August Rush. That's a phenomenal movie.
Yeah, I do remember seeing the trailers for this now. Astro Boy. They did it's like a CGI Pixar kind of style. I'm trying to find out what the studio was. I can't get a beat on it.
I don't recall
here.
this in the slightest. That's so weird.
Yeah, check out if you see the poster. I feel like it might jog your memory. David Bowers directed it. It's not saying whether it was like DreamWorks or what.
Still, best animated interpretation of a film we've gotten is Big Hero 6. So stop.
Yes, I think that the Spider-Man animated film with Lord and Miller is going to take up the mantle for that, though. I really have high hopes for that shit.
I hope it's good.
Me too. I'm really pulling for that one.
Just pull a story like Shattered Dimensions, but put it in CGI style. Done.
Dude, even when I just think about the way he moves and fights and swings, like in that Pixar animated style, oh, it gets me so excited. I can't wait. I really want to. It's something I always thought about, and I was like, well, they have the live action ones. They'll probably never. And then they announced it, and it was one of those things. I'm like, why do I even bother thinking things aren't possible anymore? Because they'll just do.
I know.
I'm not going to be surprised by anything anymore.
It's so true.
It's crazy. They just pulling out all the stops these days. Let's get rid of not get rid of, but talk about I want to go from least exciting to most exciting this week.
Done and done.
How about, well, this is not that exciting. It's okay. There was a Doctor Strange video leaked from the UK side. It's just a dude from a cell phone.
Did you see? And then the interview with what's his face, Idris Elba.
No, I didn't see I didn't see an interview.
There's an interview with the guy. I don't know what his role is in the movie. I don't know if they've announced his role yet in the movie, but I think his name is Igualdus Aldwalba. He has a very African traditional name, but he's been in a bunch of stuff. You would know him if you saw his face.
The dude, he was in The Martian, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he plays. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, and he has an interview where he says like the appeal of Doctor Strange is that it's so fucking crazy that's why everyone's gonna want to see it.
Yeah.
And
it seems it, dude.
And he kind of compared it to Deadpool in the sense that like you won't expect the movie to be what it is, and then when you go to see it, you'll be like, "What?" So that was exciting. I thought that was a cool.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm already enticed by the trippy kind of like.
Oh my god, I'm so stoked.
Aesthetics they've been teasing, saying it's very much like a
like an
psychedelic action film. Like, oh man, I can't wait.
Yeah.
But it looks good. It's a quick. You can look it up online if anybody out there wants to see it. It's one of those typical dudes from the window of the building with his cell phone taking it. It's just you get to see Doctor Strange in the suit on the street. It looks really, really great.
The suit looks phenomenal.
Even without the practical or even without the CGI and all the editing and stuff that we saw on that beautiful cover.
A lot of that CGI and all the post effects and stuff is like it's not even that much added to his costume.
No, it
just
still looks really, really great.
Yeah.
It looks so good. So Doctor Strange continues to impress. I'm really excited
Benedict
about that.
Cumberbatch.
And then we have Nick Fury returning for Thor Ragnarok.
Done.
We don't know.
Hopefully, eye patch indeed.
Yeah, he said he was asked, and he said to Collider, this was that despite a ticking clock on his contract, he wants to continue in perpetuity, despite supposedly not appearing in May's Captain America: Civil War. So it sounds like he's looking to stay. He wants to stick it out, which is so cool. I fucking love that all these guys, dude. Oh yeah, Iron Man 1. End credits. Iron Man 1. We're putting a team together. Come on, get the fuck out of here. That was the moment. That was the first time ever in any movie. Now keep in mind we had seen Spider-Man on film at this point. We had seen X-Men. All these cool things that I thought were really exciting because superhero movies were not commonplace. We saw Iron Man, first of all. I was really excited about that because I was like, holy shit. Iron Man? People forget, nobody liked Iron Man back then. He wasn't a thing.
He wasn't a thing.
I was one of 6 who was like, they're making a fucking Iron Man movie. And then I went. And then to not, that's not enough. But then at the very end, when I saw the bald head, I was like, fuck you. That is not Nick Fury. And he says, we're putting a team together. And I was like, no. Oh, my God. I'll never, ever, ever forget that. So I'm glad he really wants to keep it going because he is part of what started it all.
Regardless of their roles and how much they all love and appreciate these roles, like you have to, from a business standpoint, it's just stupid not to continue this role.
Right.
You're making so much money. This
Yeah.
is like the biggest franchise in the entire world.
And it's not taxing for him. Like he does,
No.
as the movies go, he's going smaller and smaller. And he's getting better and better, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I loved him in
Yeah.
in
Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier.
I agree.
And then even his small role in Age of Ultron, I was like, awesome, dude. Like,
Yeah.
he's gotten better and better. Like, at first he shows up and you're like, Sam Jackson, you're in everything. Like,
Yeah,
hi.
literally.
And then the more he goes on, like, the more you see his character kind of change from being that S.H.I.E.L.D. founding member to more of like a guy.
Almost like vigilante-esque.
Yeah, he becomes kind of
Yeah.
vigilante. Yes, he does. And then like the more they go and the more of a team they become, we're starting to see a father who cares about his kids kind of dynamic. And I'm
I
like,
was just gonna
this
say
is awesome, dude. Like,
Yeah.
keep it coming. I want Sam Jackson to stay for sure. So he
He's a
said,
good-
he was being quoted saying, "Of course, I'm interested in returning. I'm looking for a contract extension right now. Yeah, I'm looking to re-up. So fuck yeah,
Done.
let him have it, Marvel. Keep him
Yeah,
around.
please give him 2 eye patches. Why not?
Why the fuck not?
Call him Nick Keller. I'm burning in hell.
Wow, wow, you really.
I'm sick, guys. I'm on drugs.
I'm just gonna let it die. Adam McKay has confirmed he'll return for Ant-Man and the Wasp. That's
That
exciting.
makes me happy. That makes me
Great
happy.
writer. We've been talking to Marvel.
Still not the best title.
No, it certainly isn't. That's too bad. What are you gonna do about that? But I'm excited for the movie.
Poster better be bonkers shit, fucking awesome, and show Evangeline Lilly.
I think we're gonna
literally
get
living
some
for
really
it.
cool stuff. I'm still very curious to see how the original Wasp and the original Ant-Man
What they're going
play
into.
into
What they
this.
call it? Their like crazy dimension.
The quantum
The
realm.
quantum realm.
I
knew
like
it
how he
was
says it in
awesome,
in
yeah.
Ant-Man. Scott, we have to go into the quantum realm.
I just watched Ant-Man recently again, and the whole I love. And they did this recently in a video game I played called Tales from the Borderlands. If anybody wants to check that out, fucking hysterical game. But they do this scene where they're like constructing a plan, and it's just like quick cuts and scenes, and they're like, first we'll do this, and then we'll go to this, and blah blah blah, and then I talk to this person, and then blah blah blah, and then done. And those are like, I don't know why they make me laugh so much, but like I was cackling.
Yeah, it is funny.
Every time I've seen that scene, I cackle. Especially the one where Stanley cameos and he's at the bar and he's like, oh, and then I found out from this old guy at the bar that told my cousin Ricardo that we were going to Irving's house, and like, it's fucking crazy. It's so good.
So McKay was quoted saying, "We've been talking to Marvel, actually. We just talked to them the other day, and it looks like I will be involved. I don't know if it's going to be right from page 1, but it looks like I will definitely be involved." There you go. That's a headline for the fanboys, he said. Thank you. We appreciate that.
That's us. That's us.
That is
Quoted
very
that
exciting.
scene.
I will not forget, too, in the bottom of this article here, there is a poster with Ant-Man in Lego form.
Done.
Because they did release that alongside of the news with
Isn't that out, that DLC?
Lego Avengers. It's not. No,
Oh.
it is
The
not.
Captain America one is now.
It is not.
What?
Well, there's character swaps like
Oh, because I knew I saw something on the
yeah,
store.
you can play as like Cap from Civil War, and you can play as Iron Man from Civil War, and they have Black Panther and Bucky and everybody in there. But that's it. It was a character pack. It's not like missions and like new trophies or anything like that, which is
Yeah.
fine. The game's only a few weeks old, so but.
Huh.
Their DLC is fun. I like that. I'm most excited to play as Ant-Man because I just found I've been playing a lot of Lego Marvel this week. I'm almost finished, which is crazy because it's like a 30-hour platinum, and I just went so hard at it on Saturday. But you can actually shrink down as Ant-Man, and then you can actually grow into Giant Man as well.
That's
which
crazy.
they didn't do in the previous games, but he becomes like the size of a small building. It's awesome.
That's crazy.
So I'm excited to play as Ant-Man in video games. I think an Ant-Man game alone, it'll probably... Well, there I go again, almost trying to discount the possibilities. But it's unlikely an Ant-Man game would be really cool.
Yeah. Oh my god, 100%
that
of it.
gameplay mechanic, give me a break. That would be awesome.
Every time he shrinks down, switch the whole game to like a 2D level, like Metrovania style.
Yes, dude. Are you
Oh,
kidding me?
so good.
Holy
So good.
shit. That's the best thing I've heard and probably will hear all day.
Yeah.
What a good idea. That. Oh my god, you just blew me away with that.
And then you switch all the levels. Stop.
Oh, they can play
Giant
with the whole
Man turns
like
into,
time
Giant Man turns
mechanic.
into like a fighter where you fight
Yes.
bosses, like blah blah blah, and then you have your normal guy where you're running around buildings, infiltrating stuff, and then the 2D levels are just flat screen, going
Yep.
up the ladders, doing you.
Yep.
Done.
Oh my god, I'm so in.
I'm making it.
You can travel through time, maybe like play with the quantum realm physics, go back and visit like golden age comic heroes
Yes.
for like boss battles and stuff.
Yes.
Fuck yeah. I'm into it, dude.
Rocksteady, we're looking at you.
We did it. We did it. Moving on to some Wolverine news. Wolverine may be getting an R rating.
I don't know how I feel about this. A lot of people have been talking about it this week. And just because I know Deadpool is a huge success, blah, blah, blah. I get it. It was an R-rated film. A lot of people are attributing its success to that fact. I don't necessarily think every superhero film needs to be R-rated.
No, for sure.
For Old Man Logan, I feel like that would be a really cool storyline if they went that route, because that's very graphic in its nature, and Wolverine's just a very graphic hero in general, because he's not really a hero. Like, he's reluctantly a hero.
Right.
I don't know how I feel about the R rating. I would have to see something from it first in order to appreciate it, because the R rating for Deadpool works so well because he's just so off the wall. Like, you need to give it an R rating just for the curses alone. Like, he curses. Ryan Reynolds in that film curses probably more than I've ever heard a movie curse. Like, if I had a counter while I was watching that film, I would have heard the F word probably 300.
Yeah, he curses like in between breaths.
That's what I mean. It's crazy.
Yeah, well, we talked a little bit about this on the Level Up show. Where I come down on it is Hugh Jackman is a really like wholesome guy.
Yeah.
In life
He's
and
from
on
the
film.
Allstate.
Yeah, he's always like, even his movies he does outside of these, like, they're normally pretty like family friendly.
They're like rom-coms or like
yeah,
inspirational true stories.
And even the one like about like the robots or whatever, like he was like a father figure to the kid. Like he
yeah.
always kind of, aside from the Prestige, he always does kind of like these family, like, you know, anyone can watch and have a good time. So and he's kind of like that in life as well. He's like a really like good dude.
Yeah, he's a philanthropist. He donates to so many charities.
Right.
Yeah, he's awesome.
And so I feel like it doesn't make sense for him. I think maybe you do Wolverine 3. Even if you do Old Man Logan, let him do Old Man Logan. Whatever story he wants to do, I feel like he's earned the choice personally.
Yeah.
I feel like you let him do it. Character. Let him play that character out the way he plays it. I think making him a rated R Wolverine doesn't really feel right. Even though they have played with this idea well before Deadpool, and now I guess the success of Deadpool gave them the confidence to be like, well, we could actually do this now.
Yeah.
I think you gotta like let him ride out his run, and then when you're getting ready to find the next Wolverine, I think you go the rated R route.
Yeah, I could see that for sure.
Like if they get like a popular one that's being thrown around is like Tom Holland, that's like the short, hairy, just like straight savage Wolverine, like Weapon X type of Wolverine.
Yeah.
Like then you go rated R for sure. I'm down on a different take that's rated R. I just think Hugh Jackman's has already been so established over the course of like what 7-8 movies or however many movies now.
He's had the role for 10 years.
So it'd be weird. I feel like it would be kind of abandoning that fan base to just change the whole tone of the way the guy acts.
I agree 100%.
So we'll see what happens. I mean, I'm obviously gonna watch it. Regardless, if it is rated R, because like I'm down to see Wolverine slice and throws, but we'll see what happens. I guess
that took such a turn at the end.
And then we did get a Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 image.
Yes,
the first image.
We did.
And I do have it here, and there's something we'll immediately notice right off the bat while we look at it.
Bang bang.
Little baby Groot.
Yes.
Still little baby.
Do we think he's Baby Groot the whole duration of the film?
I don't think the whole film. But
I would assume no, but now he's out of the pot, so like he has his little legs.
Right. So it kind of makes you wonder how much time has passed from this.
Yeah, because at the end
from the first movie until this one,
he was still the little sapling.
Right. Typically, there's like a good amount of time that has passed between these Marvel movies, but I think it would be really interesting to see one that picks up right after the other one.
That would be incredible. I would be so stoked with that. Obviously, it would be like a little bit after because he's out of the whatever. He's sitting on what's his face, but Drax. Drax. I was gonna say Jax, but totally different person.
Close enough.
And I like the setup too of the like stage equipment.
Yeah, that's cool.
The label on it. The music played such a big role in the first film, and I love the soundtrack of the first movie. So I'm very happy and excited to hear the soundtrack from Volume 2 as well.
I can't wait to see what kind of music they put to it.
And Baby Groot's the shit.
Yeah, I definitely don't think he's gonna be. I think there's gonna be a cool sequence in which he does become like fully grown again, but he'll probably be for a portion of the movie. He'll probably be a little guy.
Maybe we see him age throughout this film, like teenage Groot goes through puberty.
That would be cool.
I'd be okay with it.
The director has made some remarks. James Gunn has made some remarks in regards to Suicide Squad. He's kind of feeling like okay. He's like, you can't just like put a bunch of like flashy action shots to a classic rock song and think that you're doing it right, which is a clear dig at Suicide Squad. He doesn't mention Suicide Squad by name, but I think he's feeling a little ripped off, which I get. They pretty much ripped him off. It's a group of misfits, unsung heroes, all coming together and fighting to like an old 80s rock song. I'm like, I get it. I get why you feel some kind of way about that, but I thought Suicide Squad was a good trailer.
That last
as well.
trailer was phenomenal. It got me so hyped for the movie.
Yeah.
Especially, oh my god, I'm just so excited for Margot Robbie.
Film drams, bro. They got their own little drama club going on.
Oh my god, it's
industry.
unreal. They could start their own theater club.
And then finally, my last story of the day is the best story to me. Probably. Maybe not to everyone, but to me. And it is, of course, the reveal of Empire's cover.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it's a beautiful shot. We have the cover reveal for Captain America Civil War featuring Iron Man, Captain America. There it is.
Oh, dude.
What do you say, really?
You can't. Empire first of all, these covers are beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Like, I wish they would release them in, like, poster format.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm going to have to order this one because I have no space in here, but, like, I got to make it work. I need that. That's my favorite story. And it's live action. There it is for me to see every day. I want it on my wall.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I wish there would be, like I said, I wish there was some way to get it without the Empire.
Yeah.
Like
I think
there has to be a way to do that.
Give it a little bit of time. The Photoshop wizards of the internet will probably have that on Google image search for you.
That's true. That's true.
Just after a little bit of time.
Whole suits look incredible.
Yeah, right. That's the thing. First of all, Iron Man always looks awesome. His suit here, particularly, all edited and polished in Photoshop, looks amazing.
Yeah.
Cap's suit, dude, like the blue is popping.
The best I've ever seen.
So well designed. Yeah, it's like, man, it really is. He came such a long way from.
Yep.
They did such a great job with the first Avengers suit in his solo film, and then in Avengers, I was like, well, I don't really know what they're doing here. Yeah. They kind of went for the ultimate look of Captain America, but he kind of looked like a weird like scuba suit with like a really overly big helmet. It made him look really funny, I thought, in Avengers. But like, oh my god, to come back, have that that shield suit in Winter Soldier, and then go back to the more classic look, mixing in some of the changes from the Winter Soldier suit and the
that first
classic
Avenger
suit.
Look is still there though.
Yeah,
that's what they took that. Red is as bright as the blue.
Yeah, they took that. They took his like shield, some things from his shield suit design, some things from his first Avengers suit, made it in Age of Ultron, and now this is even better. It's like it's perfect. He looks so good.
This is my favorite I've ever seen him.
It looks amazing.
Shot of him, and like you said, Iron Man is just incredible as always. His suit always looks good. Obviously, he's gonna be the best looking character. He has the most expensive suit out there.
Yeah.
But I don't know, something about it. It just it's slim fitting. It's beautiful. The sparks flying off of Cap's shield there.
Yeah, it's such an iconic shot.
Don't know how Cap's seeing any of this go down.
I know.
He's totally behind the shield. But good for him.
I know. Now this is people are kind of. I've heard multiple things. People think this is the Bleeding Edge armor. Okay. Or that we will get a different iteration of the Bleeding Edge armor in the film. I'm always under the impression that this is the Bleeding Edge armor.
I thought, wait. Is this not the shot that we get? This is the same suit he wears when Bucky and Cap are going at him in the trailer, no?
Yes, same suit. Yeah,
same suit. That's what I thought.
But that's the one, the same suit that we've seen.
I don't think we see different suits from Iron Man this film. I feel like we're going to see, I hope we see, different Spider-Man suits throughout this whole movie.
That would be cool.
Stop.
I think we might see one. Typically, I've noticed when Iron Man shows up in any of these films, he normally at least gets one suit change by the end of the film.
Usually it's a
Iron Man 1 he goes
like
through
a crappy suit to like the polished suit by the end of the fight scenes. But I feel like that's his final fight scene suit. So you might get like a crappy like silver prototype suit as he's trying to escape because Cap's coming after him or something.
Yeah, I think this is, I mean, if you Google image search Bleeding Edge, I don't see how you could think there would be another armor in this that's going to be considered the Bleeding Edge. Like, that looks exactly like with the little mini arc reactors all over. That is like the Bleeding Edge armor to a T. I don't understand.
And you have the silver in line with the gold and the red too.
Yeah.
On top of everything, it's totally that.
He looks great, man. I
like the silver underlines underneath the gold.
Me too.
I like that a lot.
Looks really good. Yeah, they come a long way with his armor design and how fluid it looks. It looks so much more in this iteration like a man than an iron suit anymore.
Yes. That's exact. Yes, those
You
are the
know?
words I'm thinking in my brain, and you took them out of my brain.
It's starting more and more to look like, even by the end of Age of Ultron, with the final suit he wore in that final fight, it's been more and more like taking the shape of like
Robert Downey Jr.
a jacked version of Robert Downey Jr. Yeah, like he's starting to really look like a man than a suit of armor.
Which I appreciate that because he's as synonymous with the character. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's awesome. It looks like he's really like one with that suit.
Whereas the previous ones kind of reminded me more so of War Machine, where it's just a big, bulky, mechanized, beautiful suit.
Right.
Don't get me wrong, but like it's a robot suit. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Definitely bulky. A lot of the previous versions were pretty bulky. I'm excited though. I'm down. I'm not like in protest of multiple suits in this, but this one looks great. Really, really happy with the way it looks. And that's all the news I got for you today.
I like that one exclamation point too. It's a war. Done.
Yeah, I know.
I can't wait.
I know. Me too. It's soon. We got to get through what, 2 months?
Yeah,
a little more than 2 months
before Deadpool 2. It just makes me hype every fucking time.
Yeah, I can't wait.
He's my friend. Stop.
I know. I really can't wait. I just have nothing more I can tell you. I have dreamed of a live action Civil War movie for quite some time. And it's coming. We're doing it. We're getting it.
I don't know. I'm very curious to see how the Civil War 2 performs on the comic book line of things too.
Me too. I
don't know how that's gonna work.
I've come to the conclusion I don't think Steve is gonna die in this.
You don't?
I don't. And I don't think Iron Man's gonna die either.
Oh, in Civil War? Like the live action movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
He dies.
War Machine's dead, I think.
I think War Machine might be dead. People are like, they wouldn't show that on the trailer. I'm like, wouldn't they? They might.
I feel like they have
have
so many surprises for you that the fact that they show you that we talked about this last week. Like the fact that they can show you his limp body on the floor, regardless if he's dead or not, even if he's like badly injured and can't ever be War Machine again, like maybe they won't kill off the character, maybe they'll find like a cure in another movie or something, but like the fact that they show you that scene with the battlefield and literally smoke and ashes and War Machine down on the ground, like Robert Downey Jr. holding him, like that's fucking crazy. What that just means that scene is not even the biggest thing that's going to happen in that film.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I'm looking at it now. He's got like his whole chest piece is ripped out. His arc reactor is totally ripped out of the suit, which would explain the giant crater. He probably fell out of the sky, just crashed, landed. What's interesting is Iron Man's suit appears to have almost no damage. So
I feel like he got to the battle late.
Yeah, what if he just I could just picture him like just showing up and seeing Rhodey fall to the ground and then just showing up and be like, "Oh, you guys are in fucking trouble now." Yeah. I can't wait, dude. I can't wait. Oh,
like, I'm
man.
literally gonna have nerves going on that.
I don't want him to be dead, honestly. I really like Don Cheadle as War Machine.
As an actor. So. He's hysterical, just as funny with the best of them.
We don't get to see him like a lot. Like we got a glimpse of him in.
I feel like we've seen more of Falcon than we have of.
We have for sure, yeah. We got
weird.
A glimpse of him in the beginning of Age of Ultron, and then we get to see him like show off a little bit of his moves at the end of Age of Ultron. But like that's really it, dude. Like I want to see him like with the team, you know. I want to see him fighting out there with everybody.
Nice to note also this week, Anthony Mackie was asked, the actor who plays Falcon, Anthony Mackie is his name, was asked if he would ever do a Falcon solo movie, and he said, absolutely not. I never want to see that.
Yeah, which is crazy because, he went on to say, like, well, my boys won't be there and blah, blah, blah. Like, it's cool. I love how close tight knit they are. I'm telling you right now, if Marvel was like, oh, we're going to do a Falcon solo movie, there's no fucking way that he'd be like, no.
We're gonna pay you $20 million.
Yeah, he would be like, okay,
but my boys ain't here.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here. I'm not buying. I'm sorry, Anthony Mackie. I love you. You're full of shit. You would totally do that.
Though, that's even like a headline that would happen right now. Is Anthony Mackie plays Falcon in a solo film? Like, why wouldn't Don Cheadle? I feel like he has so much more star appeal than Anthony Mackie. No offense, but
I like them both. Yeah, I just want to see.
I like them both. I just feel Don Cheadle's totally in a more realm.
He's more seasoned. Yeah, he's been around much longer.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I just want to see him in general in the movies. He needs a little more action. But to your point of that quote, Anthony Mackie also actually let slip something that people are not sure if it's it's just slip of the tongue or if it's something to take seriously. But in that same interview where he said he didn't want a Falcon solo movie, they were like asking him. He was like, I really think Civil War is like the best. I think it might be the first superhero movie to be up for Best Picture, which is pretty bold claim.
I don't know about that. But
yeah, it's a pretty bold claim. He said he's like, it's very much an acting piece. It's not so much there's obviously action, but it's more of like, you know, it's an acting piece. These characters are really come alive with this, and like all that sounds great to me. I don't know if they'll still be up for Best Picture.
My favorite part of Captain America Winter Soldier, was that as great as the action scenes were, best Marvel movie to date, in my opinion, all of the character arcs and all the story drama that was happening was just as intense.
Yeah.
Like every scene on the screen ended with a huge fight action sequence, but like all of the drama to get to that point was like just as good.
Right. Yeah, and so in going off of that, he said, yeah, everyone just kills it, man. Chris Evans, he just annihilates it. Robert Downey Jr. is amazing. What more could you want? Mark Ruffalo is really great. Yeah. And then everybody was like, whoa, hold the fucking phone. Yeah. Mark Ruffalo. Yeah. And then, you know, it went on. The internet did its thing, and it was like, oh, Hulk's going to be in this, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Maybe, you know, they said a Hulk won't be in this. Maybe we get Bruce Banner.
Bruce Banner, that's what I was thinking.
So that would be really cool.
I would love a scene between Bruce, Tony, and Peter.
Yeah. I would love a scene where...
Scientist? Stop.
I would love a scene where Bruce, like, he's always seen as, like, really nervous, kind of like, you know, like, calculating scientist kind of a guy, and, like, just trying to do the right thing. And
world, yeah.
Yeah, and, like, trying to fight his inner demons. But, like, I would love a moment where Bruce steps up to Cap, because like him and Tony are so tight, obviously.
Yeah.
Like I would love to get some kind of a scene where he steps up to Cap and he's like, if anything happens to him, he's like, I'll be back and I'll be angry, or like something like that. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, that'd be fucking cool.
Like a confident Bruce scene without him.
Yeah, where he like steps up.
The Hulk, yeah.
Like a scene where Bruce Banner, nervous scientist, stands eye to eye with Captain America and tells him to stand down. Like, give it, please.
Fuck yeah, please.
That sounds amazing.
I'm so happy. Without ScarJo singing him a lullaby.
Right, yeah.
Thank you.
But that's it. But I think that'll cover us for a topic of the week. We talked about Civil War for like 25 minutes. Yeah, I didn't have a topic of the week set aside, so that's perfect. Yeah. I don't believe we have any questions this week either.
Not one question, guys, but we did
send them.
Yeah, we did get one from Melissa last week. Thank you again. I don't know if we thanked you on the last video, so I just wanted to double check and make sure we said thank you to you this episode. But you guys can do just like Melissa and Rick, our avid questionnaires, do. You are all more than welcome to send your questions, your feedback, your comments, and your concerns to powerup@thelevelupnetwork.com. Everything spelled exactly as it sounds. Tell us you hate us. Tell us you love us. Tell us what you love. Tell us what you hate.
Yeah, 100%. You nailed it. And thank you guys so much for joining us. That does it for episode 27 of Power Up. You can catch the show on youtube.com/The Level Up Show, level spelled LVL, every Saturdays at 10 a.m. or become a patron over at patreon.com/The Level Up Network. For just $1 or more, you can get the show 5 days earlier on Tuesday nights.
5 days earlier.
Follow me on Twitter at @TheBeast_NJ. Follow Greg on Twitter at Greg Virga. Take care. And as always, power up. Power up.